America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I've got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Hey, welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. Coming to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern. It's 9 Pacific for about an hour. We talk about guns. We've got Angelina joining us from California. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
And I am in Tucson. So nobody else joining us tonight. Hopefully somebody will join us on the YouTube side. Looks like Rooster's out there. That's where we broadcast this for now. So we move over to GunTube. And then, of course, we're simulcasting it over at gunchannels.com. See a bunch of green dots over there. Welcome to the people watching on Gun Channel side. If anybody wants to join in, let me know, and we can send you a link. And we talk about guns. So on Mondays, we usually try to steer the conversation towards behind the scenes, people that are creating content, talk about tools of the trade and whatnot. Let's see, then we also talk about the calendar, what's coming up, and we do a gun shop of the day every day, and we do a gun show. So now our gun movie of the day.
Yeah, and member of the day.
We do. I just threw one in there because of the song.
Okay.
I don't know. I think there's probably some other things happening. So see what's happening. I gotta change my channel name. Yeah, okay, sorry, Roosted. I'm dyslexic, so I only look at about 3 or 4 letters and I quit. How'd the weekend go? Anything interesting happen over the weekend?
Nothing for me. What about for you?
Same old, I suppose. Always working. So it's the beginning of the month, though. So today's Every Second Matters. We talk about the second. We talk about the Second Amendment on the second day of the month. So we did a show earlier today with Smeggy. That's acting funny. With Smeggy, we kind of went on to GunTube, and both of us were working on our projects. I'm guessing at some point Smeggy posted his video on kind of legislative update. I did posted some stuff from the 2A history trading cards over on the various pages over on Every Second Matters to kind of help these up, and strategized on how to help the Early Watch Nation to post stuff over on Every Second Matters, and then gave up because Every Second Matters is built to be posted on. So I don't understand why I would build an API. So we're going to see. You can't just let people know that Every Second Matters is a place. It's pretty easy to use, and if they want to put stuff there, they can go ahead and duplicate it. But I think I'm just going to try to ask them to post stuff on Every Second Matters instead of trying to build a thing that posts it on Every Second Matters also, or post it somewhere else and then have to post it on Every Second Matters. Anyway, so just playing with some back end stuff, trying to figure out ways to help people that are interested in moving information along to make that as productive as possible and as efficient as possible. Gary just jumped in. Anything going on over the weekend?
Oh, not a whole lot really. Just pretty same old, same old. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for jumping in.
Yep.
It's the 1st of July, so that's half the year's gone. 2018. I don't know. Do you guys have any plans for 2018? And if so, how are those progressing halfway through?
They're going pretty good. On track and kicking ass, I guess.
You did your road trip?
I did my road trip. I think I'm going to go on 2 other road trips shortly. Business-wise, we're doing good. And, yeah.
I know. How's things happening in Kansas?
Oh, about the way they always do. I did, ever since I missed Tulsa last fall, it was my goal to make it to at least one of the Tulsa gatherings this year, and I managed to make that happen, which I'm really glad I did. Haven't bought near as many firearms as I'd like to this year, but you know how that is. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it don't. And awful lot of family stuff going on kind of gets in the way too. But life is life.
Yeah, I never really sought out to buy guns. I would just, if I had money at the time and they were in front of me, kind of thing. I didn't plan them out or anything. Do you plan them out?
There are some times I've got one I go after. Other times I just see something in the store. It's like, ooh, I want that.
Angelina, you still purchasing?
I'm not really purchasing because I'm planning to leave the state, and the things I want aren't on the roster.
Well, that makes sense. Purchase after you leave, in other words, so you don't have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be cheaper, and I'll actually get things that I want.
All right, well, that was the beginning of the show, and I guess we're going to dig into behind the scenes. And I had a great idea for behind the scenes, and now I can't remember what it is, but hopefully it'll come to me here in a minute because I didn't write it down.
I have a Second Amendment topic to talk about.
For tomorrow, you mean, on Second Amendment Day, or today?
Today, for Every Second Matters.
Oh, okay. Then let's quickly talk about a member of the day. Each day on the show, since we do this show daily, we'd like to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels. And this member, I'm not sure, I think he's a member on Gun Channels. In fact, I'm pretty sure he is. He's not super active. He's more active on the Instagrams, and we met him in Phoenix. I don't know what his name is, but I think it's Falling Hammer on Instagram. And since we did that Hammer song, I figured that ties in well. And we haven't mentioned him in a while, but yeah, he's a dude that met up with us in Phoenix for the first 2A rally, I guess, where only about 10 of us showed up, kind of shouted at the clouds for an afternoon. But he came in from Prescott via California, so ended up driving quite a ways to be there, and that's worth getting a shout out on the show for sure. But also just a cool dude, and just was posting something the other day about a shooting match or something, so pretty active in competition shooting. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him.
I think I've seen him on Instagram, actually. But I don't know much.
All right, well, so you said you had a Second Amendment topic, so that was our member of the day. If you have ideas for members of the day, let us know on our email, dailygunshow@gmail.com.
All right, so my Second Amendment topic is, as of the 30th, 11:59, Californians had to have their assault weapons registered. So, if you're going that route, if you own AR-15s, tons of people went on to do it, and regardless of what our individual beliefs are about that, the state's website doesn't work. So there's, thousands or millions or whatever of people who are trying to comply with the law, but they can't because your website doesn't work. So they're felons at this time. But yeah, I mean, people didn't think that this day would actually come, and it has. So it's a good reminder to keep an eye on your Second Amendment news, keep an eye on your Second Amendment rights. Anything that comes up, to be voted on, make sure you show up to vote and bring people who, even if they're not gun people, maybe they're just freedom people and they don't want any of their rights taken away, even if it's not something that they exercise. So yeah, that's my Second Amendment Matters blurb of the day.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time California created a law that's impossible to comply with.
Yeah, I mean, but it's I don't know, it's just messed up because they had a long time to do this, and now, of course, it's still a clusterfuck, for lack of a better word.
Well, it's felony procrastination, or you're saying the site never worked?
It was, the site didn't work for a long ass time. Like, this was supposed to be a thing, like, not this past January, but the one before that, I think. And they couldn't get the site up, and then they got the site up, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And even then it was kind of intermittently working. And then now it's, I mean, maybe it's felony procrastination, maybe it's, I don't know how to work a computer. Not me, other people. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so you're a felon if you haven't registered or you haven't gone featureless. But they want pictures of your rifle and everything on there.
Crazy. So then, is taking a AR-15 apart compliance?
I think it is, but they must never go together again.
Well, it can never go together again, or it can only go together again once it's in compliance? Or like, was this a grace period and now it's felony no matter what? You can't come into compliance anymore?
I mean, you're supposed to, I don't know what the solids on the law are, but you're supposed to comply with the registration or go featureless by the 30th midnight or 11:59.
Definitely a couple of things, since it's the second matters and this is happening. It seems like a couple of things that came to mind as you were telling us this, that we hear so many things. I can't even imagine what it's like living there, because it's literally difficult to imagine. It's hard for us to empathize, I think, because it's like an onslaught. Every time we turn on Instagram, really, there's more crazy stuff happening. And I don't get the impression that the gun rights groups there are craving attention. I think it's just seriously that many things are happening there that in order to let everyone know about them, it's like a constant barrage of stuff. So it's just a horrible environment to have to live in. But I guess what I'm getting at is that it seems like most of us that aren't living there go, oh yeah, that happened again. Oh yeah, that happened again. Very rarely, if ever, do we ever look at the results of those strategies that the antis are using, and then compare that with what their success rate is. Because everything that they've used in California in the past has been used in Oregon and Washington successfully, and then, depending on your opinion on it, in Nevada successfully. So they may have written the law wrong in Nevada, but they certainly got the law onto the books. It's a law, poorly written, luckily, but it is a law on the books in Nevada, and that's all from California ballot initiative garbage. So I'm wondering, I know that FPC and the other California, is it CAR, something like that, the red one, they, like I say, they're constantly trying to make people aware of stuff, but do they ever get a chance to go back and kind of after action some of these things so that we can, I don't know, at least be aware of the different ways that they're attacking you?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a constant fight, and I think that it's like a money versus time versus just a sheer load. Because there's always, there's all the CCW stuff, there's the ammo stuff, there's the roster stuff, there's the magazine stuff. I mean, there's so much shit.
It's a shame, and it is really just a experiment, a petri dish for the rest of the country. So as much as people want to dismiss it, I think we're ignoring a lot of experimentation. A lot of that experimentation seems to be working.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I hear it all the time. People always say to me, "Oh, fuck California, let them fall into the ocean." And it's like, you can't fuck California, because whatever you let happen here is going to trickle out. Like you said, Oregon and Washington, Oregon used to be a big California state, like Arizona. And now all the Californians moving to Oregon are bitching because it's California Junior. So yeah, it's definitely like you said, it's definitely a petri dish, and you know, don't dismiss California so easily, because there are, you know, patriots behind enemy lines, and we're trying, but you know, we need other support as well.
All right, so we'd move in from Second Amendment stuff, I guess, because it's the second. Again, I don't know if anybody else did anything out there tonight. Did any of the other shows? Anybody seen a show where they did Second Matter stuff? It's actually going to be easier to shut down every Second Matters than some of the other stuff. So I'll have to go look around, see if anybody's carrying that on. It is just an awareness campaign, after all, so there's nothing to join or anything. But I guess we can move on and talk about behind the scenes. So anybody have any, I don't know, stuff to talk about as far as getting content out?
As far like on the YouTubes?
I guess we can talk about YouTubes if you want, but there's all kinds of ways to get content out there. I've been doing the gun stream quite a bit, playing with, I don't know, there's an Instagram TV now. But
yeah, the Instagram TV thing looks interesting. I think I have one video on it.
Yeah, I haven't even played with it yet.
I'm not gonna. I don't know if that format is going to be good for much, except for kind of on the fly stuff. And I don't know. I want to see it last for a bit before I start playing with it.
I don't like shooting video in portrait format anyway.
That's what I mean. I want to encourage it, and I don't think it's a next step. I think it's just something they figure they can do, and they want to compete with YouTube and Facebook. But yeah, I don't see it as a. How did you like it? You said you did a video in it, Angelina?
I just like uploaded a video that I already had on my phone, and then I mean I didn't really see like an influx of followers or an influx of engagement, and that's really what I care about there. I mean, because it's on my business page, not like my personal page. But yeah, I didn't see that, so I thought, well, maybe I'll do another one or two, and if it's not like if I'm not seeing anything, I'm not going to waste any time on it. But I don't even see a lot of other people using it.
All right. Well, kind of in the chats out there. I guess relativity feels the country's dividing along state lines, so whatever, let California go. DTP is saying so it's basically a story that doesn't disappear after 24 hours.
It just stays forever.
What? Does it stay up there forever?
I guess, yeah. Well, let me see if mine's still there. Oh, yeah, it is.
You can't see it through Instagram or anything. You have to go get Instagram TV in order to see it even?
So when I go to like my profile page, it says IGTV on it, and then I see it. I don't know if it's like a separate thing or not.
Yeah, I don't see it on your profile page. It's not your like lives. Doesn't look like.
No, it's like, you know where they have those little bubbles at the bottom above where it says shop and text and all that? It says IGTV right there.
That's on mine when I'm looking at your site.
Did you update your app?
Oh, I probably have to update the app, yeah. I probably have it set to not update automatically, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I didn't see any, like I said, I didn't see any like more engagement from it, and I don't see a place to like see how many people looked at that or something. Let me see, maybe.
Steven thinks it'll take off. My issue with it is if you put a lot of time into it, what I'm noticing now as a person with a bunch of videos, right? I got this inventory of videos over on YouTube, and I'm moving them to different places and seeing the different features and lack of features on some of the sites. And again, I guess if you're doing like a vlog or something like this show, I guess it's possible somebody will go back and listen to an old show, but for the most part, people are listening to the conversation and, keeping, at least, catching up on it maybe, but for the most part, just being part of the conversation. So in that case, who cares if you can go back and search out old episodes, let's say. But if it's something like, this gun versus that gun, or this law, or this day in history or something, then being able to find those things in your archive is useful. So like YouTube and some of the other places have playlists. You can then go into a playlist and sort. So you can make it easier. You can search. I'm not sure what kind of features Instagram isn't exactly known for being able to recall much, except for with hashtags. But if you wanted to, let's say, grab all of Angelina's hashtag, join or die, you're going to get everybody's join or die. You're not going to get, I don't know of a way to just go into somebody and get just somebody's results from just somebody's page. So I guess that's the thing. I think it's, we'll find out, I guess. Facebook's obviously been real successful, and they don't really have a way to go back and sort through old videos or anything.
Well, I wonder if it's another thing for them to like flag your profile over, because they always like delete your like gun things or things people don't like.
Well, I guess that's true. It's not like it's an inherently gun-friendly platform.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. What else would you have to say about that?
I'm not going to try it. Like I say, I'll see if it updates on my app and I start seeing some stuff. I'd be happy to be surprised by it, but I just don't see it being useful for evergreen type of content. That's what I'm more interested in.
All right. Well, I think that's like solving that problem. So what about gun show or gun shop of the day?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's go see what we got. I got to move this over to this screen.
Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting, actually.
So I haven't been here, but this is in Cody, Wyoming, and we're doing a gun range, I guess, today. So every day we try to feature a gun shop. Today it's this place called the Cody Shooting Complex. And coming up here before too long, they'll have the 25th anniversary shoot or something like this. So I guess we're talking about the range today. And looks like they got all kinds of stuff to shoot there. Sporting clays, 5-stand, skeet, cowboy, precision. So that means long range. Youth, so whatever that means. Scholastic action shooting, I don't know what that is. Indoor, rimfire, long range rimfire. Ventress and biputter silhouette. So lots of different stuff. Let's see if they got a picture or something.
They have camping there.
Camping? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they got it. It says on the front page, it says our new campfire ring for members and campers. And RV spots available. That's pretty awesome. Like make a weekend out of it.
So it's up in Cody, Wyoming, kind of east of Yellowstone. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Just think about camping there. Yeah, exactly. Go out, and looks like they got everything you'd need. $20 a day. That's not even expensive.
No, that's not bad at all.
Nice looking range.
They got an event coming up too. Bill Reed Wobble Shoot. For $50, you get 100 birds, lunch, and trophies.
Huh, $50 for 100. That's a good shoot. That's 50 cents a shoot. It's a good deal just to go shoot.
Many trophies like that. This place looks pretty like put together. I don't want to go here.
Interesting. Looks like they have lots of room out there.
Eat machines.
Very nice. Little dog. By some lake. All right, that's all of them.
Clay getting blasted.
Yeah. Top of it at least. Kind of neat.
That's a cool looking picture.
So they got a pretty cool site, lots of stuff happening there, big space, so you can see lots of stuff happening all the time. And probably, is it this month? I know they have this event coming up that we've got on the Gun Channel's calendar. So we're featuring that one today. If you know of a cool range, let us know. Email is dailygunshow@gmail.com. We're happy to promote any kind of range or museum or gun shop that's cool or interesting.
All right, so we got Trigger Con in here.
Kind of looking at the comments, so TriggerCon is coming up on the 25th, so we're just letting people know about that, I guess. And it's a kind of a outdoor, indoor event, similar to SHOT Show, but a little smaller. And we've got Marco and Hadi and Pink and Haas have been going to it now for a little while. Yankee went to it once, and it's right up in Washington near Seattle. Hadi's the only one going this year, I think, but should be interesting to see what he comes back with as far as pictures and contacts and stuff. So that's coming up on the 25th, but today is the 2nd, and we've got all kinds of interesting stuff happening today. In 1775, George Washington arrived in Boston and took over as commander-in-chief of the new Continental Army. So there's some sort of a ceremony, it sounds like, today.
Is there any, I know you said it wasn't like a big gun history day. Is that it?
Oh no, there's some gun history, I think. I just haven't put them in here. Let me go look. I'm scrolling down this one big list, though. We got all kinds of neat stuff. Definitely need to go in here and read these before the show. All right, I guess I lied. There isn't anything interesting going on today. Yesterday, Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco was created in 1972. That's what I was thinking of.
1964, Johnson signed Civil Rights Act.
That was today, the 2nd?
Yep, the 2nd.
Oh, let's see, 1926, the U.S. Army Air Corps was created by Congress. Interesting.
1776, Congress votes for independence. So it's pretty big.
Well, there's a ton of stuff on this page. This whole time I'm just scrolling through all kinds of interesting stuff.
This one, 1881, President Garfield is shot.
Oh, they didn't have this. What year was that?
1881.
Should have had that one in here, you'd think.
1937, Amelia Earhart disappears.
Only 4 months into his administration, Garfield is shot as he walks through a railroad waiting room in D.C. His assailant was disguised, perhaps, was a disgruntled, perhaps insane office seeker. Perhaps he was insane because he shot the President of the United States. Perhaps he's insane.
Perhaps.
The chance he might be.
1992, Chevrolet builds 1 millionth Corvette.
Huh, that's a neat one. How about this? 1947. You can have this one. 1947. An object crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. Later insisted it was a weather balloon, but eyewitness accounts gave rise to speculation it might have been an alien spacecraft. The Roswell crash was today in 1947. The 4th of July.
Oh, 1863, fighting continues at the Battle of Gettysburg.
At the end of this list, they have the people who were awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor on this day, July 2nd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 people were awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor on July 2nd.
This
So
year, or
this is when they were awarded. So I'm looking at some of the things. Yeah, okay. This is the day that they did the thing that they were awarded. Some of the people were awarded posthumously on different days and stuff, but this is the day that they did the act. So it's amazing. 30, what did I say, 35? And these are from all different years, 1864, 1860s. Well, a heck of a lot of them were in 1863, so something happened in 1863 today.
1863. Well, the fight, it says there for Gettysburg, the fighting continues at the Battle of Gettysburg.
Has to be from Gettysburg, I guess. Although, yeah.
Maybe that's somehow linked. All right, well that's the history of the day.
Oh shit! So today on July 3rd, tickets charge.
Tickets charge. I went there.
To that hill?
Yeah, Pickett's Charge. I think it's it might be the one that's there's a big tower on it now, but it's like up a hill, yeah. It was raining and there were deer by there. But yeah, fucking crazy. When all these hills in Gettysburg that they're running up are all like steep as shit, and on the tour they were saying that they were pretty much fighting hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, Gettysburg. Definitely recommend it.
All right, so with that, I don't know. Do we have anything else for the show? Let's go check out if anybody's been saying anything out there. Correct, GingerCon is the 26th to the 29th of July. Oh, okay, thanks. I have it down to 25th. Well, okay. All right, well, I guess that's it. Gary, you got anything coming up?
Not really. Just work this week.
Right on. Well, keep working. That's what's good.
Yeah, it's always a good thing.
Better than not having anybody show up at your place, then that would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Angela, you got anything coming up for this week?
Just making some patches. I'm reordering a patch that we made, so I'm stoked to be able to do that again. Because I didn't think I was going to be able to.
Right on. So,
what about you?
I've got books at the beginning of the month, and then, yeah, just keep projects moving. So we'll wrap it up. It's Monday, so tomorrow, Tuesday, got Knives jumping in the morning with an early lobby. Then you've got, let's see, the calendar here and see what's happening. about people doing kind of regular live shows starting in the afternoon with Outlaw or Ellis at 6 p.m. Eastern. Ghost does a show at 8 p.m. Eastern. Night Strike does his show at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then Big Gunner 81 does a show at 10 Eastern. We'll be back here at midnight. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching and listening. Anybody got a quote?
Yeah, I have one.
Right on.
Today's quote is from the Dalai Lama, and it says, "But if someone has a gun and is trying to kill you, it would be reasonable to shoot back with your own gun."
And I'm totally ready, I guess.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes, making bacon